Okay, so the chapter is electromagnetic induction, new module, new chapter. Okay, so listen, very easy. Today's class, I'll tell you the theory about it. And from the next class, we can do the questions from your module. Okay, it's very, very easy topic. So please look at the screen. This is the name of the chapter, electromagnetic induction. What is the meaning of electromagnetic induction? Listen to me. Gather new chapter. Whenever you change magnetic component of a coil, repeat in your mind. Whenever you change magnetic component of a coil, an electric component gets induced. Repeat. Whenever you change magnetic component of a coil, an electric component gets induced. This is called electromagnetic induction. Okay. One minute. You're sleeping, not me. Electromagnetic induction. Whenever you change magnetic component, electric component gets induced. This is called electromagnetic induction. Tell me, magnetic component in a circuit. Tell me, okay, which is the most basic magnetic component? The most basic magnetic component is flux. The most basic magnetic component is flux.
So your voice is breaking.
What SI unit of flux? Can you tell me? One minute. Let me go to the Wi-Fi. Tell me whether the voice is better now. Is it better or not?
Better.
Yes.
Okay, now listen. Whenever you change the magnetic component, electric component gets induced. The most basic magnetic component is magnetic flux. And SI unit of flux is Weber. So, I will tell you the statement, then I'll refine the statement and I'll tell you. So, the basic statement was, whenever you change the magnetic component in a coil, whenever you change the magnetic component in a coil, an electric component gets induced. This is called as electromagnetic induction. Now, the magnetic component in a coil is the flux, the most basic magnetic component. And the most basic electric component is EMF, not EMI, EMF. EMF means what? Voltage. Therefore, I'll tell you the basic statement, then I'll update it. Whenever you change the magnetic component of a coil, an electric component gets induced. Now, instead of that, whenever there is a change in magnetic flux in the coil, because that is the magnetic component, and EMF is induced. This is called electromagnetic induction, or this is called Faraday's first law. Both are same. Faraday's first law or definition of electromagnetic induction, both are same. Okay, I will repeat once more. The answer is in the question itself. Whenever you change magnetic component, an electric component gets induced. This is called as electromagnetic induction. Now, let me refine the answer. Whenever you change the magnetic component, means whenever there is a change in flux in a coil, and EMI, no, and EMF is induced in the coil. Don't get confused between EMI and EMF. EMI is the name of the chapter, electromagnetic induction. EMF is the voltage source. Now, this is also a Faraday's first law. Now, if I show you what is Faraday's first law, check the screen, everyone. Whenever there is a change in the magnetic flux associated with the coil, an EMF is induced in the coil. This is called Faraday's first law. This is called Faraday's first law. Therefore, you have actually done two questions. If the question is what is the definition of EMI, or if the question is what is Faraday's first law, both answers are the same. So you've written the main heading, EMI. Below that, write down Faraday's laws. There are two laws. The first law of Faraday itself is the definition of EMI. The first law itself is the definition of EMI. So write down the side heading, Faraday's laws. Below that, write down first law and write down the first law whenever there's change in flux. Okay, this is the definition of EMI, and this is also the definition of Faraday's first law. Let me repeat once more and then I go to the second law. So what Faraday said was, in a coil, if I change the magnetic component, that means in a coil, if I change the flux, and EMF will be induced or EMF will be arised. That is the meaning of electromagnetic induction. Now, this chapter is exactly the opposite of MEEC. What is MEEC? Magnetic effect of electric current. In magnetic effect of electric current, because of electric current, there was magnetic effect. That is the meaning of magnetic effect of electric current. In this chapter, electromagnetic induction, because of magnet or change in magnet, I have electricity or electric component. In MEEC, because of electric, I get magnetic. In this chapter, because of magnetic, I get electric. Understand the difference. In MEEC, magnetic effect of electric current, I get magnetic because of electric. In this chapter, I get electric because of magnetic. Exactly opposite. So in this particular chapter, magnetism plays a primary role. Not magnetism, change in magnetism. Now look at Faraday's second law. Look at Faraday's second law. He said that if I change the flux in a coil, please look at the screen now. He said that if I change the flux in a coil, an EMF will be introduced. Now, second law states that the EMF that is induced is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux. Meaning, if I change more flux, I will get more EMF. If I change less flux, I will get less EMF. And if I don't change the flux in a coil, I will not get EMF at all. If I don't change the flux, I will not get EMI. Not EMI, EMF. EMF is a voltage source. EMI is a concept. Let me repeat. EMI is the name of the chapter, which is a concept. EMF means voltage. Okay. So what Faraday said, the magnitude of induced EMF means how much ever of EMF you are getting is directly proportional to rate of change of magnetic flux. Meaning, more you change magnetic flux, more you get EMF. Lesser you change magnetic flux, lesser you get EMF. And if you do not change magnetic flux, you will not get EMF at all. Therefore, if you look at the second law, the magnitude of induced EMF means E is directly proportional to rate of change of magnetic flux through a coil. Therefore, E is directly proportional to d phi by dt. Okay. So what was the first law? He said that because of flux, EMF comes. That is the first law. What is the second law? How much of flux I change, that much of EMF I get. That means, tell me, if I don't change flux in a coil, listen to me carefully. If I don't change flux in a coil, I will not get EMF. And if I want more EMF, I have to change more flux. This is Faraday's second law. So write down Faraday's second law as the side heading and write down whatever is there in the screen. So listen to this. He said that or can I say, and if k is unity, or if I take the constant as 1, can I write it like this? E is equal to d phi by dt. Don't write, I'm just telling you the flow.
So what is D?
Where?
What is D? D.
D. This one. This one. D by
Yes.
dt is rate of change of differentiation. D by dt is rate of change. Rate of change of in maths is written as d by dt. And if I want rate of change of flux, then I have to put flux over here. Rate of change of is d by dt in maths. That is differentiation with respect to time.
Got it.
Now, Faraday said E is equal to d phi by dt. Actually, E directly proportional to, but generally said E is equal to d phi by dt. Lenz came and said that this formula is wrong. The actual formula should be E is equal to minus d phi by dt. Lenz is one more scientist. He said that E is equal to d phi by dt is not the formula. E is equal to minus d phi by dt is the formula. Now it looks like a very small change, but actually vectorially, if you see minus indicates the direction is exactly opposite. It means the direction is exactly opposite. That means if I change the flux in the north direction, my EMF is induced in the south direction, exactly opposite. Therefore, what Lenz said was, please look at the screen. He said that E is equal to minus d phi by dt. This is what Lenz said. He said that the direction of induced EMF in a coil or a conductor is such that it opposes the magnetic flux that produces it. Now, the negative sign indicates that EMF and flux oppose each other, or they are going in opposite direction. This is actually the right formula. So, what Lenz said, E is equal to minus d phi by dt, where minus indicates opposition. So he said that the negative sign indicates this EMF and flux are opposing each other. What Faraday said was nothing regarding the direction, but Lenz said that if flux is introduced in one direction, the EMF will oppose it and try to go in the other direction. That is, always listen to me. The magnetic component in a question and electric component in a question. Listen to me carefully. Wherever magnetic component wants to go, electric component wants to go somewhere else only. That means electric component wants to do opposite to what magnetic component wants to do. That I'll show you in the question. But remember one thing, electric component will always try to do opposite of what magnetic component wants to do because of this sign. And this is called as Lenz's law. Therefore, write on the side heading Lenz law of EMI and just write down this much. How much? This much. Start.
So where's the K?
Unity. We are assuming it is a constant 1.
Why but?
Hmm?
Why?
You can write K, no problem. But in the questions, you'll take it as 1 only. You can write minus K. No
Okay.
problem. The important thing over here is to show the minus sign. The important thing over here is to show the minus sign. Okay, see here. You just have to write this much.
Done, sir.
So if I ask you what is the definition of EMI, it is the same as the definition of Faraday's first law. You should know Faraday's first law, you should know Faraday's second law, and you should know Lenz's law. All three you should know. Faraday's first law, Faraday's second law, and Lenz's law. And Faraday's first law is also the definition of EMI. So read these three laws and then we go to the next topic. These three should be clear. Faraday's first law, second law, and Lenz law. Start reading. Now to demonstrate Lenz law, there is a magnet and a coil experiment where magnet represents magnetic field and the coil represents electric field. Now what did I tell you? I told you that according to Lenz, the electric will always try to oppose the magnetic. Means whatever magnet wants to do, electric will want to do exactly opposite. Okay. So just to give you an example, look at this. When north pole of a magnet tries to come towards the coil, listen to me carefully. When north pole of a magnet tries to come towards the coil will want it to go away because I told you the coil and the magnet will always oppose each other. Means the magnet and the electric part will oppose each other. Therefore, if the magnet is coming towards the coil, what does the coil want? The coil wants the magnet to go away from the coil. Now, What is the best way for a magnet to go away from the coil? So if the north pole is approaching the coil wants the magnet to go away. That means the coil itself acts like a north pole. Now, can I say if the coil itself acts like the north pole and north pole will try to repel. Okay, north pole and north pole will try to repel. Let me repeat. If north pole of a magnet tries to come towards the coil wants the magnet to go away because the coil will always oppose what the magnet is doing. Therefore, if the coil wants the magnet to go away, what is the best way to make the north pole go away? Means what is the best way to repel a north pole? Can I say the best way to repel the north pole is you yourself become the north pole? Therefore, can I say north pole and north pole will repel each other? Similarly, listen to me. If the north pole of a magnet is going away, if the north pole of a magnet is going away, can I say now the coil wants the magnet to come towards exactly opposite of what magnet is doing? If the magnet is going away from the coil wants the magnet to come towards it. And if the magnet is going towards the coil wants the magnet to go away from it. Exactly opposite to what magnet is doing, electric field wants to do. Therefore, now the magnet is going away. But what does the coil want to do now? Coil wants it to bring it towards it. Exactly opposite. Now, the best way to bring north pole towards you is to act like a south pole. The best way to bring north pole towards you is to act like a south pole. Therefore, can I say when the north pole is going away from the coil behaves like a south pole. And when the north pole is brought towards the coil behaves like a north pole. Now, how does a coil behave like a north pole? Look at the diagram. The current goes in anti-clockwise direction. Do you see how north is written? And do you see how south is written? South is written clockwise, north is written anti-clockwise. Therefore, when I say it behaves like a north pole, that means current goes in anti-clockwise direction. Yeah, correct. The coil acts like the girlfriend only. That is correct. So when the person is coming close, wants to go away. When the person is going away, wants to come close. Correct. It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay. Now I'll give you one more demonstration. Let this be a coil. Now tell me what will happen if I bring south pole towards the coil. Tell me how will the coil act. Put your answer in the message box. If I bring south pole towards the coil, how will the coil act? Use the same logic and tell me what will happen. Mehak correct. Shalu correct. Akhilesh. Nitya, check your answer. Nitya is correct. Nelita, check your answer. Mohammed correct. See here. When the south pole of a magnet is brought towards the coil will behave like the south pole only. Because the coil wants the magnet to repel. Because since the magnet is coming towards the coil wants the magnet to go away. What is the best way to make the south pole go away? The best way to make south pole go away is the coil itself should act like the south pole. Therefore, they will repel. And the last one, tell me in this, if the south pole is going away from the magnet, if the south pole is going away from the magnet, tell me what should be the answer. Can I say the coil behaves like a north pole now? Now do you understand the actual meaning of EMF and flux opposing each other? That means whatever magnet wants to do, the coil wants to do exactly opposite. That is the significance of negative sign. That is the significance of negative sign. Whatever the magnet wants to do, the coil wants to do exactly opposite. So these are the four cases. Now look at the first case and the fourth case. Can I say north pole coming towards the coil will produce the same effect as south pole going away from the coil? And South pole going away from the coil will produce the same effect as, sorry, North pole going away from the coil will produce the same effect as South pole coming towards the coil. So there are 4 cases I have drawn. Can you try to draw these 4 without seeing? First, North pole approaching, North pole going away. South pole approaching, South pole going away. Remember, North is anti-clockwise, South is clockwise. The direction of current is very important. So make a note. Okay. Coil and magnet, side it. Coil and magnet. Coil and magnet, not coil of a magnet, coil and magnet.
So, are you there?
Hmm?
Yeah. Sir, I wanted to know the sentence where you said the two terms are always opposite, like just the sentence.
Electric and magnetic field always oppose each other. Ruby, there is no waiting room. Everyone can join. So tell Fatima that's not correct. There is no waiting room itself. Now the next topic is eddy currents. EDDY, eddy current. CURRENT. So may convert eddy currents. Right on the side heading, eddy currents. Now listen to me. Easy concept. Don't write anything now. Just listen. Now, eddy in English means circular. Gyro, circular, radial, cyclo, all these means circle in English. Therefore, eddy current means what? Current which go in the form of a circle. Correct? Current which goes in the form of a circle. You have studied cyclotron. You have studied cyclotron. In cyclotron, tell me, what is the use of magnetic field? What is the use of magnetic field?
To
in
change
a
the
circle?
direction.
It is used to bend the charge into a circle. Can I say the magnetic field always makes the charge go in a circle? Correct. Now, if I take a piece of metal, okay. Now suppose I take a piece of metal. Okay, I take a piece of metal. Now, what does a metal contain? Can I say metal is a good conductor of electricity? Therefore, a metal contains lot of free electrons. Correct. A metal contains lot of free electrons. And when I place this metal in a magnetic field, if I place this metal in a magnetic field, can I say the magnetic field will make the electrons, or it will bend the electrons in the form of a circle? Because what is the work of magnetic field? What is the work of magnetic field? Magnetic field will make the charge go in circles. Now, if electrons form circles of different radii, because different speed means different radii, can I say the current also will go in circle, because current always follow the trajectory of electrons. In other words, electron is like a track and current is like a train. So can I say, looking at the track, I can predict how the train will go? For example, in an amusement park, if you look at a roller coaster, track of a roller coaster, can I say, looking at the track, you can understand how the roller coaster will go? You can predict roller coaster, because roller coaster goes on the track itself. Similarly, if electrons are arranged in the form of a circle, the current also goes in the form of a circle. That circular current is called as eddy current. And this circular current was first discovered by a scientist called Foucault. That is why these currents are also called as Foucault's current. Okay, it is written over here. Where? Don't write, just listen. So the topic name is eddy currents. What is the meaning of eddy? Circular. So what does eddy current mean? Eddy current means the current will go in circular path. Who discovered it? Foucault discovered it. Now, what do you need to do? I take a metal. What does a metal have? It has a lot of free electrons, because it's a good conductor of electricity. Now, if I place this metal in a magnetic field, all the electrons will form circles of different radii, depending on the speed. Therefore, if I place a metal in a magnetic field, please look at the screen. This metal, all the electrons which are randomly oriented will form circles of different radii. Okay, so inner circle, outermost circle. Now, if current passes through this, current also will go in the form of a circle. Now, this circular current is called as eddy current. Now, if I look at the side view of this current, this is the side view. Can I say it looks like a whirlpool or a cyclone? Can you imagine a whirlpool and a cyclone? How the wind goes or how the water goes. Same way here the current goes. This is called eddy currents. Now please look at the explanation on the screen. They are saying every metal consists of large number of free electrons. Agree? It is easy. Now which move randomly within the metal. When such a piece of metal is subjected to changing magnetic field, the electrons experience forces and moving circular paths of different radii depending on the speed. That means electrons form circles. Now these circular paths of electrons produce current, which also go in circle. And what do they resemble? They resemble eddies or whirlpools in a liquid. These currents are called as eddy currents, and these currents are also called as Foucault current, as they were first discovered by Foucault. So in other words, in simple language, eddy current means circular current. When can the current go in circle? When the electrons are in circle. When can electrons be in circle? When they are kept in magnetic field. This is the logic. Therefore, I take a metal, put it in fluctuating magnetic field, electrons will form circles. Therefore, when current flows, even current will go in the form of a circle. That circular current is called as eddy current or Foucault. So I want you to write this paragraph as it is. Did you understand? Very simple concept, eddy current or circular current. Start right.
So which field is more stronger, electric or magnetic?
I cannot hear you. What is it?
So which field is more stronger, electric or magnetic?
Which field is more stronger? Depends which you want to make it stronger. We can have stronger electric or stronger magnetic. Over here, we need to have stronger magnetic, because more stronger magnetic we have, more stronger electric we will get in this particular chapter. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'll get the power bank. In the meantime, finish the paragraph. Once you're done, put a dot. Quick, finish it. So what you learned was Faraday's first law, Faraday's second law, Lenz's law, coil and magnet, eddy currents. 5 topics. Just read it. I will tell you the topic again. Faraday's first law, Faraday's second law, Lenz's law, coil and magnet, eddy currents. How many topics you finished? 5. How many topics are there in this chapter? 10. So you finished half the topics of EM. Okay. So read all these 5. Tell me if you have any doubts. I'll give you 2 minutes. And then I'll go to the second main topic of the
Sure.
chapter. And the second main topic of the chapter is self-induction and mutual induction. Yes, someone was saying something?
Yeah. So will you explain that eddy's current in flowchart?
Eddy current in flowchart.
Yeah, like you said in between, but I was not able to hear you.
Okay. I'll tell you how to remember it easily. I'll do it here. See here. Eddy current means what? Circular current. Correct. Now tell me, when does a current go in circle? When electrons are kept in circle, current will go in circle. Now tell me, when can electrons be kept in a circle? When they are kept in a magnetic field. Correct? Because magnetic field will make the electron go in circle. So can I say, in a magnetic field, if I place an electron, electron will form circle. Because of electron forming circle, the current also will go in circle. This circular current is called as eddy current. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Finish. I'll give you 1 minute to read those 5 topics, and then we go to the second most important topic of this chapter, which is self and mutual induction.
So should we start writing even this?
No, nothing. Okay. Now the next topic is called self and mutual induction. For that, there is a demonstration. Listen. Imagine you're going to class in school. Okay. Imagine you're in school again, pre-COVID time. Okay? Pre-COVID times. Okay. And you take your dabba. Dabba means lunch dabba. Correct. Now, if you are having food from your dabba, or if you're having food from your lunch box, if you're having food from your lunch box, can I say you are getting power from your own source because that lunch box is your own. Therefore, can I say you are getting power from your own source, power or energy from your own source? That is called as self-induction. Ah, no, Mehak, not right. Okay, listen. Yeah, sinus. I think as a kid, no, I used to tell everyone I have sinus. Then when I grow up, I came from everyone has sinus. I have something called sinusitis. That is what doctor told me. How many of you have sinusitis? Let me know. Migraine, sinus, and all that. So I should tell everyone, I have sinus, I have sinus. And they're like, yeah, even we have sinus. I'm like, no, then I have certain condition. But that is fine. Migraine is worse. Migraine is worse. Nitya, that is bad. Okay. Oh, wow. I don't have migraine, but only in physics I have. Wow, very good. I'm very happy with that answer. Okay, now listen. If you are having lunch from your own lunch box, it is called self-induction. Why it is self-induction? Self. You yourself are taking care of your energy. Okay? That is called self-induction. And as the name suggests, self means only one. Self means only one. Now imagine you are having lunch from your lunch box and your friend comes and sits next to you. Aram se. Friend comes and sits next to you and your friend also starts having your lunch. So can I say your friend is also getting free energy? Free energy without the friend having lunch box. The friend is getting the same energy or similar energy as you. But your friend has not got their own lunch box. They are depending on your lunch box. That is called as mutual induction. Understood? So in self-induction, how many people are having lunch? One. Who? You. Whose lunch box it is? Yours. So it is proper. In second case, can I say, you are there only, your lunch box is there only, one more person is added. One more person is added without lunch box. Very important, your friend comes without lunch box always, correct? You might know. So whenever I'm telling this story, you might have thought of some person, right? Who comes without lunch box and eats your lunch. So that condition is called mutual induction. Okay. If you look at YouTube videos of especially North Indian videos, it is called Focus induction. Focus means they're getting it for Focus. That is for free. But that is called as mutual induction. So look at this. Self-induction. Self-induction. There is, I'll just try to explain in easy words. Self-induction, there is one power source and one coil. Self-induction, there is one power source and one coil. Power source means your lunch box. Coil means you. Therefore, can I say in self-induction, there is one lunch box and one person? Can I say in mutual induction, lunch box is one itself. You are there itself. Can I say your friend has come extra, one more coil has come extra? That is called as mutual induction. Therefore, if you look at the diagram of self-induction and mutual induction, power source is only one. In self-induction, only you are there. In mutual induction, your friend also comes. Just check. This is the diagram of self-induction. Now, over here, if your friend comes and has lunch with you, that becomes mutual induction. Okay? Now, look at the diagram of mutual induction. You or this coil is called primary coil. This coil is called as primary coil and the other coil is called as secondary coil. You know what is the meaning of primary and secondary? The coil which is connected to the power supply is called primary. The coil which is connected to the power supply is called primary and the coil which does not have its own power supply is called as secondary. The coil which is connected to its own power supply is called primary and the coil which is not having any supply is called secondary. But first look at self-induction again. Look at the screen. In self-induction, how many coils are there? One. How many power sources there? One. In mutual induction, how many coils are there?
Two.
Two or more. Even two friends can come and have your lunch. Even three friends can come, but minimum two. But how many power source? One. Now, let me tell you one more thing. Self-induction and mutual induction, the unit of both is Henry. the unit of both is Henry. Actually, it is pronounced as Henri. Okay, French name Henri, Henry. It is Henry only. But we are in Mumbai. We are not in Paris. We will call it as Henry only. Okay. Now don't change it to Harish. Keep it as Henry only. Unit is capital H for both. Unit of self-induction is also Henry. Unit of mutual induction is also Henry. I have not started the topic. I'm giving you some important points so that when we start the topic, you find it easier. Self-induction is denoted by the letter L. L for London. L. Yeah, okay, L for Ludhiana. Okay, L. And mutual induction is denoted by the letter M. Mutual induction is denoted by the letter M. Therefore, before starting the topic, you know that self-induction is denoted by the letter L. The unit of self-induction is Henry. Self-induction will have one coil and one power source. And mutual induction will have two or more coils. It will have single power source. The unit of mutual induction is also Henry. And it is
Sir,
denoted
why
by the letter.
L?
What happened?
It makes no sense because self-induction, so it could have been S or I.
Yeah,
Why is
so
it L?
actually self-induction, actually L is a notation of a coil. When we do AC circuit, that is inductive circuit. The next chapter is AC circuits. And inductor is denoted by the letter L, indicating some component like C is capacitor. For example, why is current denoted by I, not C? Why is current denoted by I, not C? Everyone knows the unit of current is ampere. Mohammed, that is correct. L stands for lonely. That is why it is L. L signifies
Also-
something.
Okay. Sir, also, there's only one coil in self-induction, so it will be primary only, no?
Exactly. There is only one coil in self-induction. That is why it is primary. That is why it is not labeled at all. When do you label something primary and secondary? When there are two things. When there is only one thing, you don't label it at all. But when there are two coils, then you label it as primary and secondary. You can label this as primary, but there is only one coil. So it is fine. Okay. Now, look at this page. Now, this is the only page of self-induction that you have. Now, look at the, tell me, do you understand the following things? The first thing that is the diagram. Tell me, is the diagram clear? Power supply with one coil. Tell me.
Yes.
Now, the other thing I'll tell you, other thing is formula and the definition. Definition is nothing but the formula in words, which I will explain. But before that, I want you to write the side heading self-induction. 1 minute. I want you to write the side heading self-induction. I want you to draw the diagram. I want you to write the unit. Whatever I have put a box. After that, I'll explain the formula and the definition. Start.
So, so
Hmm?
we can we can name that coil something else also, right?
We can,
Name that coil something else also, na?
like what?
Like K or D.
No,
Like that. No.
you have to name it as L. You'll come to know in AC circuit, a coil, like a choke coil or a coil, has to be denoted by a letter capital L itself. We cannot name it something else. It is not a random letter assigned. It is denoted. Every coil has the symbol L, that is self-inductance. Okay? Can you continue? Switch on your camera, everyone. Now, self-induction formula. I will write the formula. The formula in words will be the definition. Look at this. Self-induction. The formula is, look at the screen, E divided by di by dt. Tell me, how do I write this in words? Tell me, how do I write this in words? It is the production of an induced EMF. So production of an induced EMF due to means division, change in current. Change in current means d by dt of current in the same coil is called as self-induction. So this definition is nothing but the same formula in words. This definition is nothing but the same formula in words. Therefore, let me tell you, L is equal to E divided by di by dt. E divided by di by dt. So listen to this. Production of an EMF due to rate of change of current in the same coil is called as self-induction. Therefore, if you know the formula, you can write it in your own words, or if you know the definition, you can write the formula. So it's better if you know the definition. You can even write EMF due to change of current is called as self-induction. Even that is correct. You just have to explain the formula in words. So please look at the screen again. I'll explain once and then you write. I'll explain once and then you write. Phenomenon of production of an induced EMF. That means production of an induced EMF in a coil due to change in current in the same coil is called as self-induction. This is the formula. Now the actual unit of self-induction, listen to this. What is the actual unit of E? Volt divided by. What is the actual unit of DI, current, ampere? And what is the actual unit of time? Second. Therefore, this is the actual unit, but it is called as Henry. Okay. What is the actual unit of E? Volt. What is the actual unit of current? Ampere. What is the actual unit of time? Second. This is the formula. This is the formula. L is equal to E divided by di by dt. Okay. So you have drawn the diagram. You have written the unit. Now write the formula and write the definition. Definition is nothing but the formula in words. Start.
So,
1 minute. Tanvi, as of now, yes, but I think it will get postponed again. Tanvi. They're postponing it. So as of now, it is September. September 12th is the date right now. But I think, I don't know. Let's see. If third wave comes before that, then again, Aqua Magica. Otherwise, yes, someone was saying something.
so in the formula you have made that lines. What is that?
That is mod, modulus. That means you have to take only positive values. This is called modulus.
Okay.
I hope everyone knows what is the meaning of modulus in math. This is what do you call it in math? Norm or mod.
Mod.
Mod of minus
Mod.
5 will be 5 itself, correct? Yeah. This sign means I have to consider only the positive values. No, your NEET won't be cancelled. Don't think also your NEET will be cancelled. Don't be very optimistic about it. Your entire 11th and 12th went from home only, right? Both 11th and 12th, right? That is the best years
Yeah.
of college. Best years of college. Yes, Akash, I can do that. I think even I have hard copy, but I'll do one thing. I'll take a PDF and I'll send it. Nitya, till now, so Nitya is asking, do we have reduced syllabus or complete syllabus? Till now, it is complete syllabus itself. They have not made any announcement. They'll make an announcement after this year's NEET is over. After this year's NEET is over, then they will focus on your NEET. Then they'll announce whether the portion is reduced. And if the portion is reduced, then your NEET will be held earlier. Okay? But I don't
Because
think it
this
is.
time NEET is divided into section A and B, no? Like section B has 15 questions.
Correct. But you have to attempt only 10 in that.
Yeah.
Is 1 year enough? 1 year is more than enough. 1 year is more than enough to crack NEET. In fact, 1 year is more than enough to get first rank also. Okay. When I started studying for JEE in my time, don't take my example, but I'll tell you, I started becoming serious in September when I was in 12th. That means if I was in 12th right now in JEE, I was not even serious. I became serious in September and our exam was in April. From September to April, I was serious before giving JEE. More than enough. More than enough. Just have to be consistent. Finished?
Yes, sir.
Now, mutual induction. First, you have to write the side heading, mutual induction. Now, first, let me explain the diagram to you. See here. Mutual induction. You know, look at this. Can I say this is same like self-induction, this much part? But on that, I have one more coil which is added, which is the secondary coil. Why it is secondary? Any coil which is not connected to the power source is called secondary, and whichever coil is connected to the power source is called primary. Therefore, this is the diagram of mutual induction. This is the unit of mutual induction. Now, the formula remains the same. I'll just tell you what changes. In self-induction, it was EMF in the primary because it was self-induction. In mutual induction, it is EMF in the secondary. That is the only difference. Denominator remains the same, di by dt. Here they have written dip by dt, but it is di by dt itself because the coil, the power source is only in the primary coil. Therefore, 1 minute. If I write the actual formula for self-induction, what is the actual formula for self-induction? L is equal to E divided by di by dt, correct? You have written the formula. I can write this formula like this because there is only one coil, both are primary. Mutual induction, denominator remains the same, dip by dt. What happens to the numerator? In self-induction, I am concentrating in the primary coil. In mutual induction, I am concentrating in the secondary coil because mutual induction is with respect to secondary, self-induction is with respect to primary. Now, if you look at the definition, look at the formula and look at the definition. Tell me, do you agree that the definition is nothing but the formula in words? Phenomenon of production of an induced EMF in one coil, that is a secondary coil, due to change of current in the neighboring coil, which is the primary coil. This is called as mutual induction. Formula is same, E upon di by dt. For self-induction, it is E in the primary coil, and for mutual induction, it is E in the secondary coil. Is it clear, all of you? Therefore, write down the topic of mutual induction. Start. Write down the topic of mutual induction.
Sir, so when we calculate M, it's just supposed to be of the secondary coil, right? Like the answer we get will be for secondary coil.
Always correct. Very good point. When we calculate M, answer will always be secondary coil, and when we calculate L, answer will always be for the primary coil. Correct. And one more thing, listen to me. Listen to me. When your friend is eating from your lunchbox, even you're eating from your lunchbox. So can I say when mutual induction is going on in the secondary coil, simultaneously self-induction is going on in the primary coil. When mutual induction is going on in the secondary coil, simultaneously self-induction is going on in the primary coil. Also, you get angry and you close your double. So can I say if self-induction stops, means when you stop eating, mutual induction automatically stops. Because when you close your lunchbox, your friend also has no way to eat. Therefore, can I say if self-induction stops, mutual induction automatically stops. But if mutual induction stops, self-induction can go on. Because if a friend goes away, you can continue eating. Do you understand that? I'll repeat the two important points again. When mutual induction is going on in the secondary coil, self-induction is simultaneously going on in the primary coil. And there is no mutual induction without self-induction. Because only when you are eating, your friend can come. Your friend cannot eat without you. Now I know that you know many cases and many people where people eat without other person knowing. Even we have done it, correct? Your friend is not aware, but the lunchbox is empty completely. But we'll not assume that case. We'll assume you are opening and you're giving it. Okay, we'll assume decent friends. So this is your mutual induction section. Write it as it is. Diagram, formula, definition, unit. Start.
Sir,
Hmm.
in this formula, would it be like the ES ka value will be S plus P, or would it be just S?
Only S. EMF in the secondary is different. S, only S.
Okay, so if we actually want to take both, like if you want to calculate S also and P also, so for P we apply the L wala formula.
Correct. Self-induction plus mutual induction is the total induction. Correct. Then you have to add both. Adnan, I saw your marks. Try to answer it again and let me know. Okay. It's very common, people going blank. Okay. Don't go blank. Go blank, then if you go blank in actual NEET exam, no, all subjects will spoil. All subjects will spoil. Yeah, man, but then only theory might not help you. You need to be good in sums also. Finished?
Yes, sir.
The coils do not need to touch each other. Sejal, the coil does not need to touch each other. This is induction. Remember, induction means without touching. If the coils touch, it will become conduction. What is the difference between induction and conduction? Is conduction is with physical contact. Induction is without physical contact. Have you heard of something called induction cooker? Without fire, you are heating. I'll tell you one example. Your wired headphone is like conduction, and your wireless headphone is like induction. Means your mobile and your headphones are not connected physically, but you're getting the same effect. That is like induction. But if you have a wired headphone, your phone and your headphone are connected physically, that is conduction. In this chapter, we don't have to touch. There is no conduction, there is only induction. That is why primary and secondary cannot touch. Primary and secondary cannot touch. Got it?
Why is
Now-
the mode not including ES?
Which one?
Why is the mode the mod sign not including ES.
It is there. It's the whole mod sign. It is there. Actually, it will be like this. Adnan, I saw that. Try to answer it again. On your own.
Sir, but in self-induction, it is same like conduction only, no? Because we have one coil in the same wire in the end.
Yeah. That is with power source. I'm talking about coil and coil. Two coils cannot touch. Now we'll do some problems from self-induction and mutual induction. We'll do some problems and then we stop. We'll do some problems and then we stop. Why do we stop? Because next class I want to start with the main topic. I think you might have heard of this name before, and the topic's name is transformers. This is the main topic of the chapter. When I did self-induction and mutual induction, I told you this is the second most important topic. The main topic of this particular chapter is transformers. Not like the movie Transformers, okay? But actually boring transformers. Okay?
So that DC to AC.
No. Transformer logic is different. I got some message. Akansha, we have lectured in line 30. Yeah, Akansha, I'm aware. We have lectured in line 30 now. So you can imagine how many problems we will do on self-induction and mutual induction. Okay. We have two formulae, self-induction, mutual induction. Keep that in your mind and keep that in your book. L equal to something, M equal to something. Based on that, we will solve problems. This is the first problem that we are solving. Try to answer this. Okay, let us start. A current through a coil of self-inductance 10 millihenry. That means self-inductance is given and self-inductance is L is equal to 10 into 10 power minus 3 Henry. 10 into 10 power minus 3 will be 10 power minus 2 Henry. Correct? Increases from 0 to 1 ampere. Therefore, change in current. What is the change in current from 0 to 1? Can I say 1? In time 0.1 second. What is the induced EMF? Now, I know the formula for induced EMF is L is equal to E upon di by dt. From this formula, can I say E is equal to L into di by dt, correct? Di by dt, if I take it on the other side, it becomes E is equal to L into di by dt. Now, what is L?
Sir, when we remove mod, we do something squaring, no? When we remove mod, we do something squaring, right?
No, we are not using square. We are just taking positive values. So mod is only for our reference to take positive. Otherwise, that should not come in between our calculation. Okay. Now L, what is L? 10 power minus 2. What is di? 1. What is dt? 0.1. So tell me, if I do 10 power minus 1, 0.1 is 10 power minus 1. 10 power minus 1, if I take it to the numerator, it becomes 10 power 1. 10 power minus 2, 10 power minus 1, it becomes 10 power minus 1, which will give me the answer as what?
A.
Answer will
B.
be A. B. C. Oh my God.
A.
I think the answer will be A. You know why? Because if I continue this on the top, it becomes 10 power minus 2 divided by 0.1 is 1 by 10. 1 by 10 is 10 power minus 1. Correct? Now 10 power minus 1, if I take it to the top, it becomes 10 power plus 1. So it is minus 2 plus 1 is 10 power minus 1. 10 power minus 1 will be 0.1. Getting it now? It is direct. Correct, Sakshi. A lot of time is left. Okay, good. Now.
So can you show the solution where it was written in green? The answer, thank you.
Can I change?
Yes, sir.
Start. Okay. A pair of adjacent coils has mutual inductance of 1.5 Henry. Therefore, mutual inductance is 1.5 Henry. If the current in one coil changes from 0 to 10, that means change in current is 10 in time 0.2 seconds. In time 0.2 seconds. What is the change in flux linkage with the coil? Please look at the screen. What is the change of flux linkage? Can I say change of flux linkage is EMF itself because of Faraday's law? What is the change of flux? Faraday's second law, check. What is the change of flux linkage with the coil? Can I say change of flux linkage is d phi by dt? In other words, they're asking us what is E. They're asking us what is E. Now, like the previous problem, in this problem also I have to find the value for E, correct? So start. Which formula will I use? I will use the formula for mutual induction. I'll use the formula for mutual induction. What is the formula for mutual induction? M is equal to ES divided by DI by dt, or ES is equal to M into DI by dt. Correct? Now, ES equal to M. M is what? 1.5 into DI by dt. What is DI? 10 upon, what is dt? 0.2. Correct? Start and tell me what answer you get. So you get 1.5 into 10 is 15. 1.5 into 10 is 15 upon 0.2. 1.5 into 10 is 15 upon 0.2. Multiply and divide by 10. If I multiply and divide by 10, I get 150 divided by 2. 2 ones are 275. Therefore, answer is 75. Getting it, all of you? Again, if you notice, I'm using the most basic formula for self-induction and mutual induction. Nothing great. Therefore, this is the answer. This is the substitution. Tell me if you're getting
Sir,
it.
sir,
Hmm.
unit of EMF is volt, na?
Correct. They have given Weber, that is wrong. They have charged rate of change of flux, that should be Weber per second, that is volt. But they have given only Weber, that is wrong. I think my screen broadcasting stopped. 1 minute. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wait 1 minute. For me, it's logged off. 1 minute. Now, I want you to solve this question, but not the whole question. From here, solve this question. Because I'm giving a early release itself, so just give me some time to finish. Okay, everyone, listen to this. The value of mutual inductance of two coils is 10 millihenry. If the current in one of the coil changes from 5 ampere to 1 ampere, therefore current changes from 5 ampere to 1 ampere, therefore can I say change in current is 4? Because it goes from 5 to 1, therefore change in current is 4 and the time is 0.2 second. And the time is 0.2 second. Calculate the value of EMF induced in the other coil. Calculate the value of EMF induced in the other coil. Now, if you can see, this is the answer. Tell me if all of you are getting the same answer. Check. I have written the formula. I have written E. I have substituted. Tell me if you are getting the same answer. Answer is 0.2 volt. Check. All of you. Okay.
Yes.
Start. Check whether you're getting this. They have directly given rate of change of current. Therefore, I can write di by dt is 1.2. Directly I can write di by dt is 1.2. So start. M is equal to, getting it? Should I solve it? Let me know. No problem. No problem, Ash. You can leave the answer here. You can leave the answer here also. There's no problem. Getting it? Shall I go to the next one?
Yes.
Next set of problems will be our last set of problems. Before that, make a note. Induced EMF in a coil is actually BLV sin theta. You have used this formula before in the other chapters. I am telling you to use it again. Have you seen F equal to BLV sin theta or E is equal to BLV? We'll not use sin theta. So write down induced EMF in a magnetic field. Write on the side heading. Induced EMF in a magnetic field.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, based on this formula, we will solve 4 to 5 problems and then we'll stop. Okay. So start solving. Start solving the first MCQ. You have just written the formula, right? Correct, Sakshi. Correct, Mohammed. Correct. So can I say answer will be A because it is the right formula itself. E is equal to BLV itself. Correct. E is equal to BLV itself. Can I go to the next one? Answer is A. E is equal to BLV itself. Start. Okay, let me start. Answer is anyway given, but let me also start. A horizontal wire 20 meter long means what? I'll write the formula. E is equal to BLV. Now a horizontal wire 20 meter long. That means L is equal to 20. Extending from east to west is falling with a velocity of 10 meter per second. Therefore, can I say velocity is 10 meter per second, normal to the Earth's magnetic field of 0.5 into 10 power minus 4 Tesla. What is the value of induced EMF? Okay. Now look at the screen. 0.5 into 10. Can I say is 5? 0.5 into 10 is 5. Therefore, can I write 5 into 10 power minus 4 into 20? Now, can I say 20 into 5 is 100 into 10 power minus 4? 100 into 10 power minus 4, can I say is 10 power minus 2 volt?
Yeah.
Or 10 into 10 power minus 3 or 10 millivolt. I can leave my answer here also. Are you getting it?
Sir, can you please explain again from the second step?
I cannot hear what?
Can you please explain it again from the second step?
0.5 into 10 is 5. Remaining things as it is. 20 into 5 is 100. Remaining thing as it is. 100 into 10 power minus 4 is 10 power minus 2. Getting it?
Understood, sir. Yeah, yes, sir.
Sir, in magnetic effect of current, you have shown this formula and you have said that BLV sine theta. But now you
It
are
is sine
not.
theta only. I am not giving you sine theta. Actually, the formula is sine theta only. Check. But I am not giving sine theta because
Yes,
in this
sir.
chapter everything is
Normal
Check.
means
This is the
normal means 90 degree, no?
correct. That is why we are not taking. But you are right. This is actual formula is this one. But to avoid confusion, I am taking only BL. Okay. Start. An aircraft of wingspan 50 meter. That means, again, I'll write the formula E is equal to BLV. An aircraft of wingspan 50 meter, therefore L is equal to 50 meter, flies horizontally in Earth's magnetic field of 6 into 10 power minus 5 Tesla. 6 into 10 power minus 5 Tesla at a speed of 400 meter per second. At a speed of 400 meter per second. Calculate the EMF generated between the wings of an aircraft. Calculate the EMF generated between the wings of an aircraft. Therefore, B L V is equal to BLV. Tell me, are you getting the answer as? Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Start. Next question.
Sir, what's the use of time here?
They have told kilometer per hour, you have to convert into meter per second into 5/18 because SI unit of velocity is
5/18.
meter per second. SI unit of velocity is meter per second. Check the screen. Answer is displayed. Tell me if you're getting it.
So can you please show the question once? Done.
So why we have taken 5/18?
Kilometer per hour into meter per second conversion into 5/18. Question is in kilometer per hour. Okay, done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
That's fine. 1.2 if you're getting it fine, up to 1 decimal place. Okay. With that, we will stop for today. Next class, we will start with transformers and we'll start with the module questions. In the module, the name of the module is EMI and AC circuits. Get that module in the next class. Keep that module ready. EMI and AC circuits. Okay, so I will see you. I think this week only we have one more class, right? Friday. Friday, I will see you. Friday morning. Okay. Thank you and bye-bye.
Sir, what's the module number of that?